Hello, my name is Voya and welcome to My Deep Guide, and in today's video we are checking out unboxing and first impressions of the Kindle Scribe, new Kindle Scribe? Question mark. This unit has not been sent to me by anyone. I just went ahead to Amazon.de because that was the only place that would actually ship this unit to Norway. But thankfully they did. If you do like the work that I do and the independence of My Deep Guide, then I invite you to go to mydeepguide.com/shop, where you can find My Daily Organizer and My Deep Guide Meeting Planner, both of which are hyperlinked PDF files that are carefully designed and executed to provide a really good and immersive and simple to use organizing type of experience. MDO is the perfect tool to help you organize all of your yearly, quarterly, monthly, weekly, daily, professional or personal organizing needs, and MMP, My Deep Guide Meeting Planner, is there to help you simplify, centralize, and organize all of your meeting planning needs. These are custom tailored to offer a distraction-free and intuitive type of functionality, and they work perfectly in conjunction with all of the eNote type of devices, but they will work on anything that actually works with hyperlinks in a PDF file and annotation in those PDFs. If any of this sounds interesting to you, then you can find out more information in the description below, where you have dedicated playlists for each of the products. Purchasing of these products not only gives you access to these awesome organizing tools, but it also helps support the independence of My Deep Guide directly. And now onwards with the new Kindle Scribe. Okay, so it's here, the new Kindle Scribe with the premium pen. I got the 64 GB version in color jade because I wanted to kind of mix it up a little bit. Let's open it up and see what the new stuff is there, if there's any. Oh, cool. I like this. That you have the Kindle logo on the inner side. I don't know what this is. This is weird. All right, so we get the device, we get the awesome Kindle premium pen, a quick start guide, and a bunch of legal mumbo jumbo stuff. A USB-C to USB-A cable, and a packet containing 5 extra nibs with the nib extraction tool. So you get a fairly comprehensive package with the device, pen, extra nibs, and a tool, cable, and supporting documentation. Let's unwrap it and see what's it like. All right, so let's see if we can open this without tearing anything apart, because I like doing that. Okay. Ooh, I like the color on the back. I don't like the color on the front. Why couldn't they match it? What the? I mean, yeah, I get it. This is metal, and this is front, and then we have this pure white. This is strange. Alright, so this is the new Kindle Scribe, which I guess if there wasn't a color change and if there wasn't a change with the frame, because it also comes in the dark gray color, but everything that's jade is dark gray, but the white frame actually remains. And the thing that I kind of find really odd is that by now the majority of companies have figured it out that matching the frame of the device to match the darkness or the grayness of the screen itself is the proper way to go, because it gives you the least amount of contrast and it's most comfortable for reading purposes and things like that. And if they were changing this to be actually white, why not change it to match the color of the screen? So that, I think, is a miss number 1 design-wise. Miss number 2 design-wise is that while we do have, I guess they wanted 2 green colors, because the pen also has a matching jade color here and the eraser, so the eraser and the top color here match, and the jade color here on the back and the jade color of the pen body, they also match. So I'm inclined to believe that this was intentional, that they just went for 2 different kind of greens here, which, if I'm honest, I don't think that they work. and also I don't think that the jade and white works as a combination. It is a lovely jade color. That's really nice to see, and I really like the attention to detail that the slip pads actually match in color with the jade here. So some effort absolutely went into that, and also the pen really does match the color of the jade of the body very, very nicely. Design wise, other than the color changes, because that's the only thing I have actually to talk about, there's not really that much different when you compare it to the original Kindle Scribe. So let's put the original Scribe here, and seemingly they are like, ooh, that's different, right? But actually it's the exact same device. Oh, he's waking up, all right. Because it's just the colors. Literally, we just have the frame around here, the edge there, and then when you flip it onto the back, you actually get to see that this is exactly the identical type of design and the identical type of housing. I mean, it's completely the same. Everything is exactly the same, sort of like Books does with Note Air, iterations and things like that. All right, so it's not completely unseen before. However, what's kind of strange to see is that the model number, I don't know if the camera will be able to pick this up, but the model number here says that it's number C4A5 or 6T4, and this one states the exact same model number as well, C4A6T4. So basically, even the model name and number is exactly the same between these two. So we're not actually reviewing Kindle Scribe 2 or the new Kindle Scribe. We're actually just reviewing, as the box says, it's the same device, just with a different color. Apparently nothing else has changed. And if you do dig into the specs and you kind of try and compare them, the screen's the same, the internals are the same, for all intents and purposes, what we can see, because it's a fairly closed down system, so I don't have a direct way of testing out which SoC it's using. Once you update this guy to the latest operating system, you have the same exact functionalities between the two. So this is basically the same device, it's just that it's coming now in two different color schemes. And from what I can see, that's about it. I was just closing the box, and this part here kind of, I don't know, resonated a little bit wrong with me. The notes on creativity, when the new Kindle Scribe is exactly the same as the old one, except that it has a different color scheme. Maybe it's just me, but it's like we can find it by viewing things from a different vantage point and gaining a new perspective, searching for the extraordinary in the everyday. Yeah. All right, so design aside, it's of an exceptionally good build quality, as the Kindle Scribe normally is. So these new color schemes of the Kindle Scribe are exactly the same type of build quality. So really, really nicely built all around the place. You have the metal alloy bucket design here on the back. So it's a single aluminum alloy body that is a bucket into which you fit this plastic and glass, feels like glass, front with the screen and everything else. On the left hand side we have the USB-C with the power button here. On the top there's nothing, on the right side there's nothing, and on the bottom there's nothing. And on the back we have the Amazon logo and anti-slip pads, which is a nice thing to see. The one thing that irked me before with the original Kindle was that you have this with USB-C port. You have the USB-C is cutting right there in this curve that you are basically holding. Whenever I'm holding it for reading, I'm holding my finger around here, and I can't help but continuously notice in the old one and in this one as well, sharpness of this edge. So this is not something that's usual on every device. There are quite a few devices that are actually able to get this done in a really, really nice way, but this is not something that has been refined in the second iteration of Kindle Scribe. So it was present on the first one, and as you can feel it and hopefully hear it, it's present here as well. Other than that, I think it's a comfortable device to use for a 10.3-inch device, though it is on a weighty side of things and it is kind of bulky. When you flip it to landscape type of views, I think that it also fits okay, but the weight is kind of there. And for me, the material is kind of slippery for hands. For such a big and weighty device, it does tend to get a little bit more slippery. It's not so super slip and slidey, but it's not really grippy either. One of the best aspects of the Kindle Scribe is the Kindle Scribe Premium Pen, and you get that one either by customizing your configuration, so that you order that one, or by I think it automatically comes with the 64GB version, only comes with this one. So this pen is one of the best EMR pens that I have used so far, and it is one of my favorite ones. For all intents and purposes, I can actually see that this is exactly the same, just different color. So I'll see just how it performs, but I expect that it's going to be exactly the same. And if it is, that's a really good thing, because this is an excellent pen, and it is magnetic, snaps to the side, and holds on to the device fairly well due to strong magnets. Yes, you can flip it off if you go really intense way, but it's kind of like medium to very good type of holding. But what I do like about it is that they do have this indentation here, which is the curvature of the side of the body, so that it fits the contact of the device in a nice way. Altogether, I think that it's a good package, although I think that the white is a mistake and it should have been matching gray to the screen. All right, let's do a first power up. And as usual, this is going to be just simply unboxing and first impressions. Let's configure it first and just see what we get out of the box. Alright, so here they are, both logged into the same account and everything the same. And this is basically how they look like next to each other. Exactly the same type of everything. The only thing that, as I already predicted, was that this white outline simply makes the illusion of the screen looking darker than it actually is. And that is so basic and so obvious that it just doesn't make sense to me. Why would they actually go in that direction? But hey ho, they have. And if I check the both versions, they are both updated to the same exact software version, which is 5.17.2, which means that for all intents and purposes, the new Kindle Scribe 2024 is the exact same Kindle Scribe. It just has a new outfit. Since this is an unboxing and first impressions video, originally I just wanted to basically just compare the two, but now I firmly realized that this is the same device and it doesn't make any sense to actually proceed with the video in that way. So what I'm instead going to do is I'm just going to check out, because there's like two new things in the 5.17.2 update, which are the annotation features in books and AI notebook tools. And that's basically the only different, well, there's no difference. So I'm just gonna combine these two as a supplement. So let's check out the annotation features in books. Basically, it has to do with how you interact with an ebook. So I just opened up a regular Kindle ebook that I have here. So basically, it has managed to figure things out like the Remarkable has had for quite a while now. So it automatically, you don't have to be really precise. You can even draw on top of it, and it will mostly figure stuff out. Okay, so let's do like this. It'll figure out, hey, you're actually underlining, and then you're adding these sections that you can actually tap afterwards. And those are your annotations, basically. And you have the shortcut of just drawing here. We'll put an annotation as an underline. But if you use the button and then you draw, it will be a highlighter, and the highlighter will then snap itself also to the whole thing. The additional thing that you can do with the highlighter is just draw a diagonal. It selects the whole section. Unfortunately, that's not true with the line. Once you start drawing a line, it will not be able to actually interpret that as you trying to select like it does with the highlighter. The selections that you actually make, you can delete them. You can change the type after the fact to be a highlight or a underline, right? So we can just change it to be an underline. Oh, there we go. So it was a little bit slow with the update. Then you can share it, you can report content error, translation, and do the Wikipedia search of the selection there. You can also search for the selection in this book, alt text, or the Kindle store. And you can also add notes to this annotation. And the notes can be added in either the handwritten content, so handwritten content here. And since this is the first time that I'm actually writing on it, I think that the onboarding process could benefit from the pen calibration, because this pen, I know how it performs and how it performed how it performs on the Kindle Scribe, and this one needs to be calibrated so it's actually more precise. So that's one of the things that definitely the onboarding process should have offered, but it didn't. So your handwritten notes can also be a text note, and typing on Kindle Scribe is really nice. So this is my not handwritten but typed note, and that's plenty of stuff that I can have. So once I'm done, I can just tap out of there, I think. Tap somewhere out of it to get. Okay, and then these two, oh, you can't tap out of it. As long as you're in text notes, the keyboard is going to be there. All right, and it's automatically saving, and then you can, what's all notes? What does that do? Oh, cool. It actually shows you all notes, and then you can check all of the annotations throughout the book that you may have made. And once you do make a note or add a note to an annotation or a selection, then you will have this tiny little paper like a icon here that indicates that there's annotations here. What would have been nice as well is that when you actually tap here, that the note would maybe have an asterisk here, signalizing that there is a note, like we do have an asterisk here between handwritten note and text note, which indicates, hey, there is a handwritten note, there is a text-written note. That would make a very, very logical thing to just simply have an asterisk here that indicates that you have it, especially because when you do have a selection here, the selection handles are drawn on top of the note icon, and therefore you can't really see it. It's a small thing, but it would offer a more complete kind of an experience. So this part is really, really kind of coming to its own, which makes it very, very easy and powerful to use, especially for a Kindle environment. Now, you can write in your books. And this has been significantly improved, because previously it had this really strange and not really useful system of like post-its that expand and move around, which I get it. The problem here, the challenge here, is that you're not writing on a PDF, you're writing on a dynamic type of content, which can, because it's an ebook, so you don't really know where it's gonna be and how much space it's gonna take up. So they had to kind of come up with a way to solve that, and they did by introducing the what they call a drawing canvas, or whatever. What are they calling it? Let me check. They're calling it Canvas. Okay, so the canvas is basically you just start writing, and then you say like, yep, that's me, and then it's going to automatically create that here. So this is now your little canvas, and what you can do is you can actually rescale it, and because this is an ebook, it will kind of reformat the text around it, and in the canvas you can write, draw, or whatever it is that you may want to do, because you do have your toolbar with all of the selections here. Yes, that's fine. Okay, so we can have that. And then you can perform your normal handwriting operations in this canvas. And basically they're trying to merge the notebook-ish kind of functionalities, something that's familiar to the user when they're using notebooks on Kindle Scribe, with the ebooks. And I think that this is a very smart way of doing it, because there's only a handful of ways that you can do this kind of thing. And I think that this is a good way of doing it. What's the benefit of this? Well, first of all, that you can rescale it any way you want, but it doesn't change the functionality of your ebook. So you can still, you're very flexible to change the formatting here, and it's doing its best to kind of keep the relative positioning of the canvas in combination with the page itself. Now, this is a much more difficult example, but I wanted to kind of show it. The much more often case that you're going to be using for the canvas is basically to have it under a specific line, and then you start writing, and then it's much easier for the ebook to kind of handle this thing, as it will know where it really needs to be placed. And as you can see, it didn't register with her, regardless of which kind of scaling I'm using. And then we can just zoom in like a lot. It will just keep its relative position in the text. So I think that this is the best way to kind of use it that way, but I also wanted to show you that you can do it the other way around. The thing that's kind of strange is how the canvas scaling works. I get it. It makes sense that it just goes like that way and that the content doesn't move. But let's say, am I flexible enough to just select this and kind of move it here? Yeah. Okay. So then you definitely do have the ability to kind of adjust this any way you see fit. And then that stays, and then you can do what you want with it. You can tap on it and then delete it, not with the pen, but with the finger, and then it's gone. The other way of adding this is using this icon here, which is a manual way of adding a canvas. So when you enter in canvas mode, there's two ways of adding where you want to insert your canvas. You can just tap kind of here, and there's the line, and then it shows up, and then you can rescale it and do all the stuff that we've already shown. So you can do it that way, or yes, delete. Or if you're in canvas mode, you can also tap with the pen, and it's going to do the same thing. So either with your finger or with the pen, you can just position it where you want it. Now, the only thing that I'm kind of missing is the ability to actually move it in the place. So that's the thing, that's the functionality that we don't really have, is that if you place it in a wrong section or you want to move it afterwards, I don't see a way of actually being able to do that. So if I have my section here and then I wanted to simply press and hold and then move it, we don't have that functionality. Maybe that's something that they'll add in the future, but so far it's not there. So those are the improvements that I can see that they've added in 5.17.2. Just a cumulative kind of thing, what's different from a while ago. Now let's go on to the notebooks and check out the whole AI kind of thing. Writing experience and performance on the Kindle Scribe is excellent, and considering that this new Kindle Scribe is the same as the old one, it just wears a different set of clothing, it remains the same. So they didn't introduce any of the changes to make it better or worse, which is a good thing because, yep, as I said, the writing feel and the writing performance on Kindle Scribe is very good, and that translates to this version as well. Now, I'm not going to cover all of the functionalities or anything like that, but I do want to figure out the main functionality that is added with the update 5.17, which everybody is kind of talking about, which is AI notebook tools, because it says now you can recap your notes with the new notebook summarization feature, or refine your writing, converting your handwritten words into script font for more elegant look, performance improvements, bug fixes, blah blah blah. So let's check out, and this is usually the icon for, generally speaking, that's the star little icon, that's what's your AI tools. So let's see, and what does it do? Oh, and also you have bulk operations now. This is something that we didn't have before, but now we do have bulk operations, and the performance is actually quite nice here. So for example, you can long press and enter bulk operations mode, and then you can select multiple pages here, and then I can go into move, delete, or add. What does that add do? So I can, oh no, can I undo this? I really didn't want to do this. Oh, I can just delete the ones that are selected, hopefully, because I really didn't want to do that. Okay. Okay, good. So adds a page after each of the selected pages. Could be useful if you wanted something like that, but let's focus now on the AI tools. So it says summarize and refine writing. Okay, so those are two options that we have. Considering that this, I have no idea what I was writing here. This is just writing during battery testing. So let's see, what does it summarize? Summarize selected pages. Yeah, let's just summarize selected pages. So it's gonna be doing this thing, and I'm pretty sure that you have to be online in order to do this kind of functionality. So something that I'm gonna check as well, and let's see how long does this work, because what I think it's doing is it's sending out the data and comes back with it. So highlights of the Kindle Scribe: extremely fast performance, surpassing the Tab Ultra, excellent print quality with paper-like feel and non-glare surface, comfortable, enjoyable writing experience with a superior pen, impressive battery life, lasting around 17.67 hours per charge. Limitations of Kindle Scribe: writing on PDFs is not working properly, and the PDF importing conversion is unreliable. That was before, right? So those were my original ones. No ability to multi-select documents. See, they fixed that. Create custom templates or organize notebooks. So custom templates, you still don't have that, but you can organize notebooks somewhat, because you do have that multi-select tool or operations added. Limited software features and functionality compared to hardware capabilities. Overall, Kindle Scribe is a fantastic hardware device with exceptional screen and writing performance, but the software is severely limited, resulting in a significant discrepancy between the hardware and software. And great, now it just kind of summarized the whole thing for me, and then I can just add this to Notebook as a last page, and then it adds it like this. So can I do something to this more? Let's see. No, I can't. Can I select this? Can I do anything with this? No. Okay, but this is a really kind of useful thing that they are adding here, because the way that I would use this is that when I'm done with a notebook, I would do a summarization of a notebook and use that either as a first page or a last page, and then you at a glance can see what's it about. So overall, I think that the performance and the summarization here is really, really good. And it's nice to see the AI functionality added in a non-gimmicky way, to actually figure out, hey, this is what we have currently with this technology. What can we actually use this for, and offer that to the customer, and they are doing that. So I do like that. I think that it's been done in a good way. Now let's see the other things. So AI tools, let's do the last page here, refine writing. So refine selected page. Now it's going to do the same thing again, except this time it's just a single page. So I guess what it's going to do is going to recognize what's written and then rewrite it so that it's more nicely written, right? The bad thing here is that you can't add any queries or instructions to the AI model on how you would want this to be refined. Maybe you can by customizing. No, you can't. You can customize the display of it, but you can't really, you can't really customize what type of refinement it's gonna do. And now I'm gonna turn off Wi-Fi and see, airplane mode on, and let's try and use the AI tools again. And nope, you have to be online in order to use AI tools, which means that the data is sent to an external server, processed, and then sent back to you. All right, and lastly, I just want to double check if I'm getting the functionality right, because the refine writing to me sounds like when I read refine writing that it's supposed to read this, convert it to text, and then refine it using the AI model. That's what I was talking about, the instructions. But maybe they're thinking like just refine writing, that it's simply doing the OCR recognition and maybe spell check correction and then spitting that back up. So let's see if it's gonna, I've read this page and I saw what it says. I'm just gonna see when it finishes what does it actually function, because maybe it's just doing the OCR recognition and spell check. So let's see. Yes, indeed that is. So my bad. I understood from refine writing for it to be something that includes advanced functionalities of an AI model, but in fact it's not. Refine writing should simply be called handwriting to text recognition or conversion, because that's what it does. But considering that it's using a AI model for that, obviously this is a much better type of conversion, more precise, because it understands the context of it. It will do all of the advanced things. So that's a really nice thing to see. It's just a little bit misleading that it's called refine writing, but other than that, once you learn that that's that, then you know what it is. And then when you're done, you can just add it to the notebook as first page, as last page. Well, this actually, I'm missing the point of after current page as well, because maybe you would want when you're translating or converting a page selection, in more cases than not, you would want to actually insert this into a notebook and have it after a certain section or not. So that option I think is also missing here. But other than that, yeah, I think that this is a good implementation of these features, and I don't think that they went overboard. It's not gimmicky, it's actually useful. I just wish that the refine writing was titled something that it actually is, so it makes sense, that it's not confusing, and that you could have more flexibility in where to position it and what to do. Well, there you go. So that's the new Kindle Scribe 2024. I think there was a lot of confusion about this device and misplaced expectations, mainly due to the marketing and how it has been named. And credit where credit is due, I can't really see Amazon marketing or naming this as Kindle Scribe 2 or anything like that. This is simply a new Kindle Scribe. And anyone who's remotely familiar with how Amazon does these things, I don't think that the surprise should be there, because, you know, there's like a Paperwhite and then there's a new Paperwhite which just introduces new colors, and occasionally a new Paperwhite, which is like, I don't know, 11th, 13th or a gazillionth generation, will introduce a major change, like they have, like bumping up the screen, making it flat or something like that. So bigger changes do happen, but considering this is the second iteration of Kindle Scribe, the new Kindle Scribe iteration is the same as the old one. It just decided to kind of spruce up with the different type of clothing selection, and that's it. But basically, you are not missing out on anything. For all intents and purposes, the new Kindle Scribe and the old Kindle Scribe are an identical device with an identical set of functionalities. And in all honesty, if I was choosing between the two, the whiteness here it makes the content look a little bit darker than it is, but it's an optical illusion because it's the same screen, it's the same darkness, same everything. So the new Kindle Scribe is the same as the old one, it just dressed up a little bit fancier to kind of show off, hey, I'm new, even though you're not. Okay, I get it. It's like the holiday season, so the Kindle Scribe wanted to buy something fancy, dress up, and show itself off to its friends and family, I guess. But ultimately, it is the exact same type of device, exact type of functionalities, and it's the same freaking thing. So, I mean, it comes down only to whether or not you think that the new color scheme is worth the price difference between the two, because you can still find the old Kindle Scribe as well to purchase. But other than that, it's the exact same thing. I hope that you found the video interesting and or informative. If you did, please like and subscribe and ding the notification bell in the description below to get notified when new videos come out on My Deep Guide. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, and see you in the next video. Bye!